Hey guys, it's Nilay with The Verge. I'm here with Jeff from Motorola and 3 of the newest droids on Verizon. Literally in order of size, this is the Droid Mini, which has a 4.3-inch 720p display, the Ultra, which has a 5-inch 720p display, and then the Droid Maxx, which has the same 5-inch 720p display, but has a 3,500 milliamp hour battery. It's just a millimeter thicker than the Ultra if you look at it. But other than that, the hardware is all the same inside. It's a 1.7 gigahertz 8-core processor. It's got 2 CPU cores, 4 GPUs, 1 core that does nothing but listen for your voice and do natural language processing, another one that does nothing but monitor the sensors so it knows how you're waving the phone around. The software is all the same, so let's take a closer look. So here's the new Droid Maxx. As you can see, the software is virtually exactly the same as stock. There's a couple little differences that I've noticed. One, obviously, is Motorola's widget, which is now called the Droid Command Center. And if you swipe on it, you can see it lets you do Mirrorcast. It has a bunch of other little things. It lets you go right into settings right away, which is cool. They've changed from stock. This is a totally minor difference. They've changed these 2 buttons. That one dismisses all your notification. That one goes right into quick settings. They still do have the 2-finger swipe down for quick settings. So really this is exactly the same as stock with just these few minor changes. And of course, because it's on Verizon, there are a number of Verizon apps that shouldn't be there, but there they are. There are some new features here. So if I turn this off and just waggle the phone, it opens right into the camera. You don't have to do it that much. I just don't know how to do it very well yet. But that right opens the camera. Then I can look out here. There's David Pierce. I can just hold down the button, it'll focus and start. It's taken 7 pictures of David right away there. So that's pretty cool. Now, if I turn this off and I get a text message from my buddy Jeff over here, the phone will light up. Only that part of the display turns on, and I can grab it and I can swipe up to go to messages, or I can go down to dismiss it. That's Motorola's active display, which is pretty cool and fairly useful. So that popped right into messages. So the other big feature here is called Droid Zap, which Jeff over here shared a photo from his droid, and then for a few minutes, every other droid within 100 meters can find it. So all you do is you take 2 fingers, you swipe down on this screen, it says looking around. It actually logs into your Google account, and it says I found something. And now it's automatically, if you look here, it's found a photo, it's received it automatically and saved it to the library. So that came from Jeff's phone. It went up to Google servers and came down using Zap. Those photos are available for 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, and then they automatically disappear. So there's going to be an app for Android that lets anybody receive the photos. It should probably also let you send the photos in Android, but for right now, the Android app for non-Droid phones will only let you receive the photos. And the other big feature on these droids is touchless control, which is basically voice commands for the phone connected to Google Now. The interesting thing is that it learns your voice and doesn't respond to everybody's voice. So if I say, okay, Google Now, it doesn't do anything, but this one knows Jeff's voice. So if he tries it.
Okay, Google Now, navigate to Times Square.
It still doesn't. Oh, it does listen to you.
Navigating to Times Square.
Very nice. So let me ask you, that's listening all the time. Is it always doing the recognition up to Google servers?
So it's doing that locally. It's recognizing for that trigger on a local basis.
So that's only local.
Yep, and
so
it's using that one of those cores.
Okay, and it's not on all the time, because that's a big deal right now.
Correct,
right?
correct. It's a low power core that's always looking out for that trigger phrase. So that it can recognize it and then do that voice command that follows right afterwards that's sent up to the Google cloud to use Google Now.
Okay, so it's not, Google isn't listening to you all the time.
Correct. Your phone is waiting for that command.
Okay, and that's literally, you've dedicated 1 processing core to it.
Yep.
Are you sure Google isn't listening to you all the time?
Correct.
You're sure the NSA isn't listening to you all the time?
We're positive.
It's a big deal.
Definitely.
This answer is very important. I'm sure you've prepped for it.
Be rest assured, they're not listening. Don't worry.
So what other commands can we use with touchless command?
So we can do things like, I'll turn it back off. Okay, Google Now, what time is it in London?
Why'd you guys?
The time in London, UK is 6:04 p.m.
So any of the commands that you have through Google Now can be accessed through this.
Okay, so it's really tied to Google Now.
Yeah.
Is there any reason that you chose "Okay, Google Now" as the catchphrase? Can you change it, or is that locked in?
Well, it worked out really well from a sound perspective, something that was very distinct, so that the phone would be able to recognize it very well. Cool. Of course, ties in with the branding too.
Yeah. So that's the new Droid lineup. Very cool, actually. The hardware is much nicer than any of the previous Droids, and the software, to see something so close to stock on a carrier-branded device just fills me with joy. So tell me about pricing and availability.
Sure. The Droid Maxx and the Droid Ultra are both available on August 20th, and they're $299 for the Droid Maxx and $199 for the Droid Ultra. And then 9 days later, on August 29th, you've got the $99 Droid Mini.
Yeah.
So good things come to those that wait.
And you've got something there. What's
yeah.
that thing?
So I've got the red Droid Ultra.
Yeah. Same price?
Same price, same availability.
That's awesome. That's cool. Same Kevlar, same deal?
Yep, exactly.
Very cool. And that will be 20th?
Yep, August 20th.
Cool. So those are the new droids from Motorola. Very nicely done.
Thanks.